Hey, friend, welcome back to How to Grow My Small Business. I'm Lindsay Fletcher, and today I'm keeping it short and to the point because I lost my voice about 5 days ago and it's just now starting to return, but I just don't know that I have the endurance to do a really long episode today. So I didn't want to skip this topic because it's one that can really change your revenue fast. But really quick, if you live in the North Houston area and you're looking for collaboration, masterminding, brainstorming, and networking with other Christian entrepreneurs, I invite you to check out We Build. You can RSVP for our next event on November 4th. Tuesday, November 4th, you can RSVP at webuild.lindsayfletcher.co. I'll put that in the show notes. Okay, let's get back to the topic today. All right, today we're talking about follow-up, and I want to talk about why most people don't follow up, what happens when they do it wrong, and what to say instead so that it actually leads to sales and conversations instead of silence and ghosting, okay? So let's dive right in. Let's talk about why people don't follow up, okay? Most small business owners do not follow up enough. And I've said this in a couple of recent previous episodes here, that it used to be that we could touch a potential client or a potential customer 7 to 9 times between social media, email, texting, phone calls, all of the ways that we can reach out to them. We would have to touch them at least 7 to 9 times before they knew that they could buy from us, okay? In today's world, that looks like more than 20 touch points before someone buys your product or your service, okay? So following up is a longer term strategy these days than just a quick few text messages and they buy, right? And we're not following up because it's not because we're lazy, is what I'm trying to say, okay? It's usually because we are afraid of feeling annoying. We're afraid of feeling pushy. We're afraid that someone's going to think that we don't have their best interests at heart and that we just want the money that they're going to hand over, right? And usually after 1 or 2 follow-ups, we as small business owners assume that if someone wanted to buy, they would have done it already, right? They would have responded to you. They would have kept the conversation going. But your potential clients aren't ignoring you on purpose. They are juggling lots and lots and lots of problems, right? They've got life, they've got work, they've got distractions, they've got health problems, they've got car issues, they've got home maintenance, right? Like the one problem that we solve in their world is one of maybe 200 in a day, right? So that's what I want you to remember is that people are busy. And once they've sent the text message to you or they've reached out to you, they are now putting the ball in your court. And it's your responsibility as a business owner to keep that conversation going and that conversation alive, okay? People are busy. They're not bothered, okay? Your potential clients aren't ignoring you on purpose. They are just busy. They're juggling all the things. And follow-up is not pestering them. It's serving them so that they can get that one problem off their plate, off the list of the problems that they have in their life, right? It's reminding them that you care about the problem that you can solve and that you're still here to help. Now, let's talk about how we follow up because that really makes a difference. And the way that we follow up, the wording that we choose to use can really kill our follow-ups because sometimes it can trigger people's sales radar, okay? So when we say things like just following up, I'm circling back, I'm checking in, when someone sees those words in writing, either an email or a text, or they hear those words in your voice, that's the moment that they know they're about to be sold to. And that's when people usually tune out. And it also, using those types of phrases, puts the focus on you. I'm following up. I'm checking in. I'm circling back. Instead of, you mentioned you wanted to grow your business, or you mentioned you had XYZ problem. Is that still a priority for you? Phrasing it that way puts the emphasis back on them. So we really need to flip the script And I would encourage you to stop using the phrases just following up, just circling back, or I'm checking in. Okay. So take those out of your vocabulary and use what they've said to then drive that follow-up conversation. Okay. So here's what to say instead. Okay. Here's a few examples. And I know you know that I don't like scripts, but I really think these are important examples to give to get you thinking along these lines so that you can create your own follow-up statements and questions, okay? So here's a few examples. Hey, Lindsay, I know last time we talked you were exploring ways to grow your sales. Has anything changed since then? Or, hey, Lindsay, I've been thinking about your business and I had an idea that might help with your marketing and generating more leads. Would you like me to send it over? Hey, Lindsay, I've got a few openings coming up this month. Do you want to grab one before they're gone? Let's say you're a hairstylist and we're going into busy season of the holidays, right? Or, hey, Lindsay, I wanted to make sure that you had what you needed to make a decision. Is there anything that I can clarify on your insurance policies to help you make the best decision for you and your family? Okay. Each of those examples puts the focus back on service, back on clarity, back on timing. You're not chasing them. You're engaging them in conversation because you know you can solve a problem. Okay. So here's your quick challenge this week. If you're listening to this and you realize that you've got a few messages sitting in your inbox or your CRM, today's episode is for you, and this is your nudge to follow up. But we're not going to use those words, right? So I want you to pick 5 people that you've talked to but haven't followed up with yet. Maybe it's someone you met in a networking meeting that you can connect and schedule a one-on-one. Or maybe it's calling a business owner that did a really good job when you referred your client to them, right? Don't overthink it. Like, just send a quick text. Make the quick phone call. Don't overthink it. Don't apologize for the delay. Just reconnect with confidence in these conversations, because follow-up is where your consistency becomes cash flow, okay? This will drive revenue nearly immediately because people have forgotten about you because they're focused on the 199 other problems they have, okay? So friend, your job isn't to chase people down. It's to stay top of mind with your services or your products, and you're going to do it with integrity, okay? People who follow up the most don't sound salesy. They sound helpful, okay? So take the pressure off. Go serve someone with your next message, your next phone call, your next DM. And if this gave you a little confidence boost in your follow-up, because we all hate getting those messages that say, hey, I'm following up, or I'm circling back, or I'm checking in, would you please share this episode with a friend? Oh, and I would love it, love it, love it if you would spend 30 seconds and leave me a review on Apple Podcasts if that's where you're listening, or Spotify or wherever it is you're listening. Please do leave a review on those podcast player apps. It tells those apps to send this show to more people. So I would love, love, love if you would do that. That would bless me big time. And all right, y'all, I am about out of voice for today. So I will talk to you next week. I am praying for you and I'm praying for your business as always. I'll talk to you next week.